Today, I wanted to talk about some leaked messages from JDF talking about Aaron from Bat in the Sun. This is from the Power Rangers Illuminati, and they sent this to Henry Resilient. So thank you to Henry for sharing this. So if you want to go check out his content, link is going to be in the comments, top pinned comment, as well as the description. And I'm going to give my kind of thoughts on this because it just shows what sort of person Aaron is. So let's jump straight into it. So this is from Aaron, and when you read this, or if you have read it, then it's interesting because I'll talk about what I think in a minute. I'll make sure it's cool. My worry is if we can get it done in time. Well, you couldn't really get Legend of the White Dragon, and it's been 3 years, Aaron, so I don't think you could get this off the ground. Tell Brian they should give us a special thanks in that book. Boom will listen to Brian. I got your back too. Well, they gave credit to JDF. It's literally right on the cover, but you know, it's still kind of a special thanks. It's not that we came up with just a Green Ranger series. It's that we put the idea in their head to do an older Tommy. Now that is, I'm guessing, Soul of the Dragon. To do a Dark Knight story featuring Tommy. They said they'd give us credit and went back on their word. It's the principle. Kyle, Boom, and Brian just keep showing what kind of people they are. If I send you the story about our Green Ranger story, can you post it on your social? Since they say the book is different so the fans can see it all. Aaron comes off to me as the sort of person that once he has that idea in his head, no one else would have thought of it. It is 100% his idea. Now, I guarantee you, if you've been around in this fandom for a very long time, then you would have seen stuff like, oh, what happens if we had Old Man Tommy? What if Tommy had exactly every single Power Ranger power in the world? What happens if he had a kid with Kimberly? What happens if we had, this has happened. It has all been done to death. Hell, some guy in my comments years ago was saying that Tommy went off and had a kid with Kimberly and then came back and had a kid with Catherine. It is one of those things where this has always happened and people will always have these ideas. I guarantee the second that the Green Ranger happened in 1993, some person wrote down on paper a fanfic of Tommy keeping the Green Ranger powers or having them till the end of time. Aaron, generally, you can't go, this is my idea all the time, when many people have had it. I reckon when they saw Old Man Wolverine or Old Man Logan, they had the same idea as having Tommy. It's just so weird that you want to kind of hold on to this. It's just, at the end of the day, I could come up with an idea right now and be like, here you go. And then Aaron would be like, that's my idea. That's my idea. It's always the same. So if you don't know, Aaron is now messaging or emailing Brian Castini. He is basically the Senior Vice President of Power Rangers Franchise Development and Production at AllSpark Pictures. So thank you, Ranger Wiki. Thank you very much. He was also formerly the Senior Vice President at Power Rangers Franchise at Saban Brands. So obviously he has a lot of sway and a lot of like kind of power to kind of get all of this going. So Aaron emails him and goes, hello, Brian. Saw the new trailer. Very cool. The fans were buzzing. Just checking in on our possible Green Ranger JDF series. I'm just wrapping up the Valiant series, which is set to debut next month, with the new trailer having over 2 million views on YouTube and the Ranger beatdowns having over 25 million. I think the fans are primed and ready. Jason has an undeniable fan base. This series could really show off how amazing and legendary he is. Hope it all is well, Aaron. The fact is that you're emailing someone about this. The only reason why I'm going on is what we'll see about with JDF. In fact, let's have a look what JDF said. JDF goes, I'm so fucking mad he does this shit. I told him, don't email Brian. So annoying. I emailed Brian and told him, don't get back to him. Fuck, he's so desperate. It's annoying. And then someone responded, he didn't even ask you if he could do that. He asked you specifically since he's using his name. Aaron has come on record multiple times saying that everybody was using JDF's name for clout, that they wanted something, that they would never respect him. They would just use JDF constantly. And this email here shows that Aaron is doing the exact same thing. Yet I reckon that if you didn't put in, and the range of beatdowns having over 25 million views, you could have just said, hey, JDF was thinking about this, it'd be really cool, how about we talk? But no, you had to insert your channel and how many views you get, and then also using JDF's name. It does come off as desperate, as JDF has said. At the end of the day, you don't email someone that JDF has said, please don't email, because you're just using JDF's name. And it's so fucking sad, Aaron. It's so fucking sad. JDF continues, he asked to told him no, then he did anyway. He's acting crazy since we have done Dragon, like crossing the line. It's sad to say that he's obviously jealous that Lord Draken is doing so well, and he probably feels he needs credit for it. It's clear that anything you touch is gold, so he wants to capitalize on it wherever you allow him to or not. And Kyle Higgins goes, whoa! I generally think that Aaron is completely jealous of Lord Draken and how popular it has been. And the fact is that Aaron went behind JDF's back to be like, oh, hey, we should do this. We should do a Green Ranger series. When JDF said, please don't do that. Please don't message. And Aaron has used JDF's name for clout. And that's what he's continuously doing right now. I don't think I've seen anyone post JDF pictures and stuff more than Aaron has right now. And it feels like Aaron has an agenda to make sure that everybody knows that JDF was his friend and, that they worked together and all of this. But the fact is that Aaron is jealous of Lord Draken, and yeah, it's just really annoying. And someone, whoever it was, says it's clear that anything you touch is gold, so he wants to capitalize on it wherever you allow him to or not. So again, saying, please don't email Brian, and then you go behind JDF's back to then capitalize on this so you can get something done. So this is a message back to Brian, and this is obviously from JDF, who CC'd himself into it. And it says, yeah, I'm a little upset he reached out to you. He doesn't even have a script. Obviously, when it's meant to say doesn't. I really like the guy a lot, but I want to make a great series and I want to be organized, which shows that if this is the case and he's worked with Aaron, then Aaron isn't organized when it comes to this. Also, Kyle is on acting director. That's what I need. Look, what he has done with me on the digital series. He definitely helped me create the character. Anyway, maybe you should just reach out and say, we have not made a decision at this time. Thanks for your inquiry. I will not say anything to them, but I would like to talk to you in regards to the book. Talk to you later. Just got back from filming in China and now I'm in Holland. Lol. 2 days from now, I'll be in Dubai promoting you guys and of course, Shattered Grid. I'm showing that in my Q&A. We have a total combination about 8 to 9 million views around the world. It's going pretty viral. Thanks for your support in this awesome project. Looking forward to doing more. Jason David Frank, CEO, JDF, Inc. The fact that you have to tell Brian, hey, could you say this? Because Aaron went behind your back and fucked shit up. Like, generally fuck shit up. No, it's just so fucking frustrating. It really fucking is. Kyle was able to help create a character while Aaron hasn't really been able to create Eric Reed now, has he? It's not really done much in the way of building up this character or even the build up when JDF was still here. Also finding out that this has happened and Brian's obviously sent that picture to him and then just going like, man, I told you not to do this. It's just so, it's so fucked up. And again, Aaron just used JDF's name for clout to get his name in the door. I guarantee you that if this happened and this was a Power Rangers official project, I guarantee you Aaron would have loved it because his name would then be associated with Power Rangers. And then he can go around saying, see, I made this in the Power Rangers. This is my idea. Even though every single fan's had the fucking same idea. This is all from Brian. This is sent to JDF from Brian. Explore Aaron directing and producing the digital series, but I think it would have to be based on the graphic novel. Does this make sense? You're the one who would star in the series, so we need to be on the same page. Please let me know. Thanks. And then obviously it's continuing saying, by the way, we shouldn't tell Aaron any of this. We don't want him leaking the graphic novel info. If you think it's best for me to respond to him directly, please let me know and let's decide the best message to reply to him. So even then, like, can you imagine that you go forward with it and then Aaron completely like drops it all, like putting up Old Man Logan with JDF in there. And it's just like, this is what's coming. Oh man, like it's so fucking fucked up. This is again to Jason David Frank from Brian. Yes, this was surprising to receive without him CCing you in the email. I will let you handle. Even that, snaking JDF, going around behind his back and showing this. Like, I'm not going to like get my best friend involved. I'm not going to let him know that I've emailed you directly, because I guarantee that if JDF had seen this, he would have gone absolutely ballistic. Probably not as much, but then also finding out earlier that happened, you'd be even more pissed off. If this was me, I'd be fucking furious. I think we have to give Kyle the first opportunity to direct and produce a digital series starring you based on the graphic novel he is writing, especially given the great response to the Shattered Grid teaser he directed. Kyle essentially proved he could do what he told us both he could. He delivered on a project, and the fact is that you're pushing Aaron out a little bit, and I feel like even if you did Aaron's idea right now, it would just prove that you'd be like, oh, I have more control, I have more power, I need some more of that money. And yet you went with Kyle because Kyle said, hey, I'm going to produce this, I'm going to do it. Boom, produce the Shattered Grid stuff, which again is a pretty cool trailer, and it shows that he was a man of his word. Hell, that probably, I know it's not as long as Legend of the White Dragon, but can you imagine that he said, yeah, we can have this out in 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks, boom, delivered, all done, dusted, ready to go. Well, Aaron said, oh, it's still in color correction. Oh, it's been 3 years, still in color correction. It's just fucking, just every more of this when I see Aaron, I just see him as a fucking snake. If Kyle is not available at the time, we could explore Aaron directing and producing the digital series, but I think it still would have to be based on the graphic novel. Does this make sense? You're the one who would star in the series, so we need to be on the same page. Please let me know. Thanks. So the fact is that if they can't get the best in, then they have to go with the second best, or even just explore options which may not be a thing at all. Like they may go with someone completely different, and I'm sure JDF and Brian know so many people about this. It's so fucking weird. Yet again, Aaron fucking snaking. You'd be snaking. This looks like Aaron has sent JDF a message, and it says, an older Tommy Oliver returns, where he must travel into the morphing grid to receive new powers to battle a mysterious villain who has killed and collected the fallen Rangers' powers and assembled them to rule the world. Who is this new mysterious Dragon Ranger? The face under the helmet will surprise you. So yeah, again, it's like, it's just going to be Tommy, isn't it? And then JDF goes, I just can't deal with these texts anymore. Ugh. It feels like Aaron has been sending all these ideas that they want to get made and then wants to use JDF to then go to the right people. JDF has said that there's always used him. Aaron is doing the exact same thing again and again and again. And it's so fucking cringy as fuck. You know, even JDF thinks this, but even Kyle goes, well, he's going to be pissed when he reads Shattered Grid tomorrow. I already did that. Lord Draken starts taking the other Rangers' powers, which was a fucking fantastic run until the last issue of that one. But I'm guessing this ha-ha was probably from Jason David Frank. I find it funny that Aaron absolutely hates Kyle and will try to get that whole thing of people going like, oh my God, even JDF hated Kyle. I also think that Aaron probably whispered in JDF's ear to really poison the well between him and Kyle, allegedly, and take that with a grain of salt, but that's my kind of theory on it. The fact is, Aaron thinks that he came up with the idea of Lord Draken when Kyle's done it before him, and he's like, man, I hate this. With bringing this to a close, reading these messages really kind of annoys me because JDF's saying this himself, and these are from JDF. But Aaron's going to go out there and say, well, none of this works. That was all out of context. They're lying. Like, how can you go against this because these are from JDF himself? So are you just saying that your best friend is lying? I think what really gets me is that Aaron has this mentality of, if I thought of it, then everyone's stealing my ideas, when that is not even true. As I said previously in this video and all the way through, many people have had the idea of Tommy turning evil, another variant of Tommy, Tommy from another dimension. You name it, it's probably been thought of. But the way that Aaron is really protruding all of this right now really gets me, because rather than owning up, he's like deflecting. He's already turned around and said, oh, I didn't need half the budget, and then suddenly there's a video footage of him saying that it was Bat in the Sun that needed half the funds, where he is Bat in the Sun. So he's just taking money for himself. Aaron is constantly lying on a lot of stuff, which really infuriates me. I'd rather that he be very transparent about everything and say, this is what's happened. Aaron was all up for throwing Kyle under the bus by releasing that audio of JDF talking about Kyle, but then takes that as truth. But yet anything else from JDF's mouth is completely and utterly like, it's not out of context. It doesn't matter. No one knew him, whatever. It's just, I'm getting wound up about all of this. And I think the reason why I'm getting wound up about it is due to the fact that another person has taken advantage of JDF. JDF's not even here and he's still providing receipts. Like, how? It's just crazy. But at the very end of the day, I personally think that Aaron has snaked JDF. He's taken advantage of him. And if you go on his Facebook right now, under the Bat in the Sun, you will see so many posts that he is desperate for people to go like, oh my God, they're best friends. Oh my God, they're best friends. Doesn't work like that. If you were JDF's best friend, you would have had this project out a lot quicker. You would have this ready to show people regardless of where it is. And yet you haven't. You're just holding on to his name, hoping that you can keep this little bit of clout. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. And while you're down there, want to hit like and subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I know we can do it. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimona Cat. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。